It's the Earhorn, you bitch.
Like dirt or something, but if you ate that particle, or like you had that particle inside you, it give you all the powers. I was like, how can I...
What do you mean?
Like, I just thought there'd be like, I don't know how to describe it. I thought there'd be a single particle, which was like the god particle.
Like one element?
Yeah, or not even an element, but literally like a single particle.
Oh,
it could be like, it could be a particle in that fridge, it could be a particle in the computer, but if you then had that inside you, you'd have all the powers.
So if you just start eating fridges and computers...
yeah. Just like
You just got to be lucky enough to eat the one, like, random fucking object.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be like the whole universe and just like have handfuls of dirt just trying to get it one particle.
Hello and welcome to the Earhorn Podcast, episode 19. With me, Alfie.
And I'm Alex.
That was a good intro, man. You're talking about one particle in a fridge.
If you find it, let me know.
That wasn't prefixed by any conversation. That was just Alex talking shit. Just came out of nowhere.
Weirdly enough, that actually took
literally came out of nowhere.
It literally took up so much of my time when I was younger.
Just thinking.
Yeah, to think, it's one particle.
Start eating fridges.
Yeah. How could I? If it was in the fridge, how would I get it out of the fridge and put it inside me?
You'd eat it or stick it out of your bum. Would that work?
You have to ask the particle.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like to
ask the particle. It's like the fucking Whoville inside a snowflake. Do you get it?
The Grinch.
In the Grinch.
Yeah, it's going to say the Gremlins.
All right. We've got a decent amount to talk about today.
Cool.
I just got to choose where to start. All right. For the last couple, I've been giving advice.
Okay.
And I've got more advice.
Okay.
How to make a podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do all of these things, you'll make a successful podcast, right? 1, get a cheap microphone and place it closer to one of the people on the on the podcast. That's just,
that's a given.
Bottom of the book. That's like everyone does it. All right. If you don't do that, there's stop making a fucking podcast.
Give up now.
You want one person's dialogue to completely overthrow all the other dialogue. Going off of that, always interrupt each other. Always. It could be like you're saying something important. Could be the intro. Just anything.
I've got one. If you need if you need a piss, don't be afraid to stop halfway through a sentence and go and have a wee.
Don't be afraid to cut someone off in the mid-sentence to go and have a piss and completely disrupt the editing process. Number 3, make visual jokes.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an audio podcast. If it's an audio-only podcast, make visual jokes, show each other pictures on your phone, reference things that you've seen, and it only makes sense if you're seeing it while you're talking about it. Just, solid advice. Alright, this one's important. It's to do with health. Always getting a full workout right before the podcast so you're nice and tired.
So you've got no
You don't want to be overexcited. You want to be nice and chilled out during the podcast.
You don't want to bring energy to this.
And you want to make other people really chilled out. Right? Like me. I just did 5k on the exercise bike.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did. At like 42 miles an hour. I'm fucked. Always record the same day you upload. It will give you a sense of urgency to the editing process. We've done all of these.
Yeah, we have.
Today.
Yeah.
The mic thing we've sorted out. I've already interrupted you like 3 times. And we haven't made a visual joke.
Look
at this!
You've got a hole in your
I have,
in your
massive
shorts.
hole, yeah. That's the descriptive humour. It's a big hole. See my leg?
A little bit of hair.
It's very high up.
Your pubes are literally flowing.
They're not pubes.
They're flowing out.
They're upper thigh hairs. They're tiny hairs.
Your extremely long pubic hair is...
Yeah, it's just coming out. Yeah. But yeah, let's do all of them. You can make a very successful podcast.
I can add one to that. Make in-jokes between you and the co-host.
Yes.
No one else is going to understand.
What you do is, you have a budding friendship for a long time, and then you reference the jokes throughout that friendship on the podcast, and nobody in the world would ever get. So yeah, that's a little extra tip there. Alex's tip of the week. Right. from that, a man, right, once robbed a bank by pretending to be a health worker and a health officer and giving a fatal dose of cyanide to all 16 workers under the pretense of a dysentery inoculation. Yeah, he was like, come here, I'm gonna give you the cure for dysentery. Killed them all. Took the money.
That's quite weird. That's quite a specific way of...
Yeah, it's quite, it's fucking clever as fuck.
High risk.
But he killed 16 people to get the money.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this, like pre-sense that, like, bank robbers are all kind of good guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like Robin Hood type characters.
Yeah, like he don't, like, they don't mind giving a wad of cash to all the people who work there. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, keep it on the hush.
Sneaky.
There's that guy who used to rob banks and then destroy all the mortgage papers.
Yeah.
Fucking so cool. But yeah, some of them are just massive cunts.
Like killing 16 people?
Yeah, like killing 16 people with cyanide.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
What I don't understand is how would he... Because, how does the cyanide work? Does it kill you immediately or does...
Well, probably not immediately. I suppose it has to go in the bloodstream. It probably takes at least an hour.
Yeah.
Because he did it for 16
that's
different
what I'm thinking,
people.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
If someone had died before he got to the last one, we'd be like, hold up a second.
Yeah.
So,
wait a minute.
Is that cyanide?
One left.
Yeah.
You might as well just fucking jab him with it.
He's got an hour of him running around like screaming.
Just people running around. As soon as the first one dies. That's true, actually. Maybe they all just kind of got like really shitty and then died eventually. I don't know.
Have to ask him.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
If he can write into the podcast.
I think it was in like the 20s.
Right, okay.
If he was old enough to rob a bank. I mean, if he was like 3, maybe he's still alive.
Maybe. He'd be 90.
Be old as fuck. New Beauty and the Beast trailer. Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
Looks really decent, man. Emma Watson is Beauty. Good choice. Good choice.
She is very beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's radiant. She's so nice and lovely.
I was just trying to think of a joke who could be the Beast. I was trying to think of like an ugly woman. Like Emma Watson's Beauty and
Ron Weasley.
Rupert Grint is Beast. With no makeup. It's actually a follow-on from Harry Potter.
When the marriage goes downhill.
Speaking of Disney as well, Disney are considering doing a live-action Little Mermaid.
I'm not going to see that.
I probably won't either. I like the Little Mermaid film.
Unless Emma Watson is the mermaid.
Yes, Emma Watson should play all of them.
Yeah.
Just all of them. Every character.
That could work.
Every character, especially Tarzan.
Oh, right.
He's topless. That's so weird to say. Alright. But yeah,
she's really lovely.
Well, she's
fucking radiant. Ever present.
You're a creep, man.
I'm talking to the microphone.
She's lovely.
She's gorgeous. I want her.
She's lovely. Yeah. Not even talking to
Emma.
Hey, visual joke. Visual joke. No one will get that. I'll explain it. Alex tried to be creepy and talking to the microphone, but he grabbed just his t-shirt. He didn't even grab the microphone and spoke into his t-shirt.
Will it work? Will the audio be louder when I talk into the microphone?
Yes.
Okay.
Because your face will be closer to the microphone. That's why I put it in the centre of the chest. Because if I put it there, it was too loud when I tested it. It was like blowing out the audio.
Yeah.
Blowing out the audio. Visual joke.
Did a blowjob movement.
Yeah, I did a blowjob movement when I said blow. Fucking outstanding comedy.
Just explain things we're doing.
It's because I've called out the visual joke thing. Every time I do a visual joke, we say visual joke and then explain it.
We're literally just making jokes and having to explain them, which is like the whole point, like ruins jokes.
I know. No Man's Sky's been delayed. At least a month. Jesus! Visual joke. I don't know what it was really. Alex just put his arms up and shook his head and said, "Ay." It was funny. That was like... That was your instant reaction to it as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus. So it says it was supposed to come out like 23rd of June.
Okay.
21st of June, sorry. I apologise. But now it's coming out in at least July, August. It's gonna do it again.
I was like, no, I can't do it twice. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but you know,
I'm not that bothered.
yeah. You know, I don't mind if games are being delayed unless they are
Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Because then you wait for an extra like year,
and it's still
just
so
turd.
Ugh.
Just it's the worst you could have imagined it could have been.
Shitty Watch Dogs.
I'm gonna hate my offspring when I'm older, right? Or say I was like a stepdad, right, and I wanted to be an evil stepdad, but for some reason I could name the kid. I'd call it Watch Dogs.
Or your first day you move into the family's home, you're like, right, we're getting a name change, ladies.
We're renaming everyone. Clean slate.
We're at a new beginning.
I'm enrolling you in new teams and new projects. You no longer like art, you're a sports guy.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. I'll name you Kingdom Hearts when I like you. This has been a weird one.
I know.
This has been a weird one so far.
Let's get weird with it.
What was I just talking about? Yeah, No Man's Sky. So I don't mind it if it comes out and it's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Worth
Which
the
has
wait.
happened before, but then you get something like fucking Watch Dogs where you wait for ages, and it's good for the first 20 minutes of game.
It's not really though, is
Then it's like it's still the novelty.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You
yeah,
can play
it's a
any
new
game
game,
for 20
yeah.
minutes. Speaking of, I played a game. I forgot what it's called, Switch Galaxy or something. It's like one of the free games this month on PS
right, okay.
Plus. It's the worst game I've ever played in my life.
Right.
Yep, the worst one.
Okay.
I've realised that's how they can give away free games every month. They give away the bad ones.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I've noticed that all the games that come out on PlayStation Plus, apart from that Rocket League, I think is the only one that's not really shit.
But that came out when it was very new, so it could have been shit.
Yeah, yeah.
No one knew.
Lucky.
The only time they get like good is when a game is really old. So or when the console's a bit older. So PS3, when you was on PlayStation Plus, you'd get like Infamous, and you'd get like full decent games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like £50 games. But for free, that's what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
but then they're giving us shit like Switch Galaxy.
All those indie shitty games.
Yeah,
I don't mind an indie game.
Every now and again you get an alright one.
Yeah,
but
it's
Jesus,
never
it's
AAA.
terrible.
Yeah.
I think the best one on there is probably Rocket League, and they and when they released the training mission for
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear,
Yeah.
that was good because that was like a full game release.
Yeah, and that also because that was like, if I paid 40 quid for that, I would have been so pissed off.
Oh mate, I would have been so annoyed if then they were giving it away for free.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Especially because it's super short and they're charging like 40 quid for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could have got at least like 50 hours of gameplay out of that probably if you did everything, because there were challenges and there was like you could challenge your friends to different stuff, and they had like did you play Hitman Absolution?
I never
the
finished
newest
it.
one.
Yeah, I never finished
Well, they had an online version where like you went in a level and you killed someone in a certain way, and then your friend had to do that exact thing.
That's not a bad shout.
And I think they had that kind of thing going on in that Metal Gear thing. But so you could have got some gameplay out of it, but that was just ridiculous. £40 for it's one level
for a prequel.
Yeah. Yeah, No Man's Sky. Sad though. I want to play it.
It will be. I reckon it will be really good. Just because it's like such a new concept.
It's gonna be good. They're adding stuff as well. They're adding a lot of stuff. Like at first they weren't even doing the weapon changes or like the ship customization, but now everyone's like, you should do that. We want that.
Yeah.
So I think they're adding some of that kind of stuff. I'll do my review now. Fuck it. It's not of a thing, like a show or anything. It's of a service.
Okay.
Right. Started. It's anime related. There's this thing called Crunchyroll. Right. You heard of it?
No.
It's on PlayStation. Everything. Right. It's free to use unless you want to go premium. This ain't an advert, But I will say this, Crunchyroll, if you want to sponsor us, I'll advertise the fuck out of your service. Basically, it's Netflix for anime.
Oh, right? Okay.
And like the ones I've watched a few at this point, and like, but they're all in one season because I think when it goes to Netflix, they get English dubbed.
Oh, okay.
So it takes longer for it to come out.
Right. Okay.
But in on Crunchyroll, there's like 5 seasons of all the ones I've watched. So I was like, oh, do you know what I mean? You have to watch it in Japanese because they're not English dubbed yet, but that's fine.
I mean, do you get the subtitles with them?
You get subtitles.
Oh, that's
yeah,
fine.
It's fine. I'm just watching like, yeah, like going to Mexico and watching the TV. You're like, what? So yeah, it's really fucking good. Really good. You have to watch it with ads if you don't play premium.
Okay, that's not the end of the world.
It's fine. It's fine.
Have you watched Bleach?
No, I haven't watched Bleach.
Okay, my sister's watching it at the moment. She says it's good.
I know because I have her on Snapchat.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I hate Snapchat.
Yeah.
I always go on it. I never use it. Never use it. The one time I used it was like when I did that funny thing about cream. When I went to Waitrose and I had to get cream, and I did like a Snapchat story about it.
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
me really being really pissed off about cream.
And you do like sketchy ones, like draw ones.
Oh yeah, every now and again. If I'm fucking bored at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's literally every now and then.
But then there's the other day I found out how to do filters.
Oh yeah.
And I just put what's his name? Him in Reservoir Dogs, right at the bottom.
Oh, what? Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi. Yeah, Steve Buscemi. I put his face on my face.
Okay.
It's weird, man. That's all I did with it.
Okay.
Oh, and I face swapped me and my dad. And
Is it funny?
he was like, I look no different.
Do you look different?
He had a beard and moustache. And he looked like me. So, and I ended up looking like a fucking murderer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What was we talking about? Anyway. Yeah, Crunchyroll, man.
Yeah.
Use Crunchyroll. I'm advertising. I'm not even being sponsored.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
I mean, we're at 13 followers and counting.
I'm gunning for you, Crunchyroll. Alright, I'm gunning for you. I love you. I will call our kid Watchdog. Anyway. Oh, big news, man.
Yeah.
Big news.
I'm excited.
This is incredible.
Yeah, go on.
Right? I found the best thing in the world.
Okay.
It's a reality porn competition. Like X Factor. But it's called Sex Factor.
No.
It's a real thing.
Oh my god.
It's a real thing,
oh
right?
my god.
Okay, so the contestants, I think it's 8 guys and 8 girls, right? They've never been filmed having sex, right?
And you said 8 boys and 8 girls. Like, oh, sounds
8 guys and 8 girls.
Yeah.
8 women. I've got here written best thing in the world because it is, right? They've never been filmed having sex, right? But they've all applied to be the next big porn star, right?
Okay.
It's $1 million prize. Yeah, it's hosted by xhamster.com.
Oh, okay.
You do. Oh yes, I'm familiar with their work.
That reputable company.
And during it, they produce, direct, and star in their own porno. And even like, you forget that it's porn because it's very well produced, right? And then all of a sudden, it's just like fucking birds getting fucked and like fucking, and it's like it's a really good, well produced show. And it's all free as well. You can watch all the episodes.
Is it on X-Hamster?
It's weekly. I think it's on X-Hamster.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy. It's great. It's great. I can't speak highly enough for it. I didn't actually watch the first episode yet, but I saw the promo, and it was great. It was so good. Jesus. Not in a sexy way, just in like an educational way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because you see like the whole production process.
Yeah.
And it's like, director comes in like, yeah, you should come on her face from this direction. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's fucking great. It's so good. And why haven't they done it before? Do you know what I mean?
Just been waiting for X-Hamster to
Oh,
sponsor them.
great, man. Overwatch. Have you heard of Overwatch?
I've heard of it, yeah. Have you got it?
Fucking heard of it. I've heard of it. I'm not going to get it.
No, me neither.
Because it's basically a new Team Fortress 2. Do
Mm.
you know what I mean?
I get that.
It's very like that because I haven't played either.
I played Team Fortress 2 like once or twice.
I've seen a lot of both of their gameplay, and it just seems like apparently a lot of Team Fortress 2 players are going over to Overwatch and playing Overwatch now. But it's £55.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
And it's yeah, I'm just not into that kind of gameplay.
Is it just online? Is it just?
It's just online.
Okay.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I was looking at some gameplay of it. I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I was like, if it's under £20, I'll get it. £55. So I was like, whoa, I'm not getting that at all.
Yeah, that's very expensive.
And I'm just not really into that kind of gameplay anyway. Do you know what I mean? If you are, good luck to you.
And go fuck yourself.
Fuck you. Might as well just sell the game stuff. There's not a lot of it. Nintendo have started inviting people to play Pokemon Go.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's the
real world
yeah.
Pokemon thing.
Ooh.
So beta testing has started. That's a good sign.
Nice.
It'll probably be out in a few months.
What's it going to be on? Is it going to be an iPhone or is it?
Yeah, just iPhone, Android, probably all of them. I'll pay for that.
Yeah. If they could merge that and Sex Factor.
I don't know how they do it.
No, neither do I. But
I want to see it.
Give it a go at least.
Yeah. Nintendo, if you want to sponsor, Sex Factor, if you want to sponsor us, Nintendo, if you want to sponsor us, we're open. We're gaping.
We're literally
for sponsors. All right. I know you won't. We've got 13 followers to SoundCloud. That's not really like, but we can tell all them 13 people to use your product. I just endorse the fuck out of Crunchyroll. They're not even paying us.
We'd make every podcast.
That was a taste. That's a little taste of what we can do.
It's tantalising.
Yeah. Anyway. Apparently, Civilization 5. People have started playing it. Apparently, it's good.
Good.
Apparently, it's updated shit, but good old-fashioned Civilization gameplay.
That's good to know.
Yep. I don't know what good old-fashioned Civilization gameplay is,
No.
but apparently it is. Apparently that's good.
Good on you.
Good on your Civilization. I've always wanted to play it. I can't. There's a Mirror's Edge TV program being produced, which I think could actually really work.
Yeah.
Given the story of it, they're running away from the government and they're parkouring and stuff.
Would it be first person as well?
Oh, probably not, because then the main actress or actor wouldn't get any screen time.
True. Yeah.
Probably some of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they're running and shit, I assume. We're nearly finished, dude.
I'm trying to think. What have I done? What have I watched in the last week? I finished that really depressing show, Flowers.
Oh yeah,
which is fantastic. My favourite show of all time.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually it gets 10 horns if I had to give it.
Whoa!
Yeah. But it's not because it's
bear in mind you are quite.
This is genuinely, I think it's my favourite TV show of all time, and not because it's the best. It's not it's not better than Breaking Bad in the way that it's written or anything like that. But it's just everything about it really appeals to my personal taste, and it's just really, really good. I'm a big fan. So if you can watch Flowers,
Implied paedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your taste.
Yeah, it's just a really, really dark humour and really weird fucking stuff.
Yeah, what's it called again?
Flowers.
If you want to sponsor us, Flowers, we'd be grateful.
I would
give us some money to talk about your stuff.
Give it 11 horns if they did that.
Oh shit!
I
don't even know if that's allowed.
Break the boundaries.
I know I created the horn as a rating system, but I don't know if I can go that far, man. But if they were to give us some money...
I mean, we're talking over 5 mil here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I've been losing some weight. And in preparation for the future, I've been looking at clothes online.
Okay.
Fashion and stuff, right? So I don't know what my style's going to be. You ain't got no style, motherfucker. So... There's a Pineapple Express reference.
I'm glad that you pointed that out to me.
And I've got to say, the fashion industry is in turmoil. Just looking from an outside perspective at all the shit people are wearing and buying. Fuck me, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very 90s.
Okay.
But everyone who wears anything on any website that I've looked at would be bullied in the 90s.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of really like that geeky sort of. You have your
alright, one.
trousers hiked up to.
What the fuck is it with not wearing any socks? Why don't people wear socks anymore?
I just find it too uncomfortable.
With like smart shoes. What's that about? People wear like leather shoes with no socks.
That makes your feet so sweaty. It
They
literally
must have wet feet. That's
Moist.
just.
Moist.
I can't like render it in my brain.
Mm.
It must be so uncomfortable. And then there's like, I don't know. There's just so much shit that like I'm not alright with.
No, I don't like it. Don't know where we're going with it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a. Ugh, I hate it.
Mm.
I've basically just got to be really picky.
So you're not going to be not wearing any socks?
Huh?
So
no, socks are there. Like I'm not wearing socks now because I'm wearing flip flops.
Yeah.
That's the only situation where you shouldn't be wearing socks or barefoot. That's it. There's the only two.
Mm.
Sandals maybe. Sandals definitely.
Yeah.
But that goes in the same bracket as flip flops.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're sporting some
amazing Spider-Man socks
with Spider-Man on them and some holes as per the use.
but these have still got a few threads in between the holes, so they're not. I mean, these are like as
they're
far as
not
holes go.
unusable yet.
No,
you haven't worn them out that
a
much.
long way to be unusable.
Yeah. They've got to be more hole than sock for you to use them.
Got to be able to put my head through it.
Yeah. Your dickhead.
Oh.
To get that reaction, all I've got to do is like raise my eyebrows and like.
We're very in sync with that kind of stuff. It's not great.
All right. I asked. We've been requested by an avid listener, Temastermol. Go to twitch.com/Temastermol. He's giving me money to say that. I hope. What's our most embarrassing stories? And I've got a few. You've got a few. Read your embarrassing stories.
All right, so I'll warm up.
One of them.
I'll warm up with one from this week just because it's relevant.
All right.
I mean, we could just basically go through my entire life because it's all pretty tragic and embarrassing. But so, like, I was working at this place last week.
Wait, go to the Valentine's episode if you want to hear some more embarrassing shit from Alex.
I've got to try and think of stuff that I haven't already put on the Valentine's episode because that was terrible. So, yeah, I was working at this place last week and I was just doing some stuff. I was like chopping up some stuff or something like that, and I was off in my own little head. And then the woman, like, she's like middle-aged women, so it's like very much like I'm not really talking or anything because I've got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
But then this like middle-aged woman comes next to me, and all I hear is, "Are you alright?" And I go like, "Yeah, I'm alright." And she goes, "I'm not talking to you."
Oh.
And she was like talking to someone else in the kitchen, and I was just like, "Oh." And then she's like, "Oh, you're so sweet. That's really cute." And I was like, "Oh, that's even worse." It's like,
What do you mean you're so sweet?
Yeah.
What does she expect in that situation?
But because she tried to walk towards me, but then said that to someone behind her, and I was just like, and because you know when you daydream, you're not really paying attention that there's a conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
That's happened a few times to me.
It's just like, oh, I feel horrible.
I waved at someone in the street once. I thought they was waving at me.
My sister did that the other day. It's really funny. It's funny not being the one being embarrassed and changed, but someone went like, so we were walking across the road, and there was someone in the cafe behind us.
Yeah.
But obviously we couldn't see that, and she sort of waved like in the direction of my sister, and my sister like waved, and went, "Oh, you're right," and she was just like, and the woman just kind of gave that face. Like,
Did she not know her?
No, because she was like waving to a person in the cafe behind us.
Why would she say you were right?
I don't know.
She didn't know the bird.
I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, hate that shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've actually done this. This is great. This is like the opposite of the situation. Someone puts their hand out for a cab and you high five them. That is the best. I've done that like twice in my life, but it's the best. Right, one of mine. Alright, so in year 7, the school we went to, we used to go to a place called Bradwell.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Like in the country, you just go there and do a bunch of activities, get touched by adults, you know, the usual stuff. And there's this one bit where it's a giant ass climbing frame where you have to get strapped in and stuff and go up it and stuff. And while I was at the bottom, I was thinking, man, how embarrassing would it be if someone got to the top of that and they were scared of heights and they couldn't come down? Well, it turns out I was scared of heights and I didn't know that, right? So I got all the way to the top, climbed up to the top, and I got to the top and I was like, shit, I'm going to die, right? So I just stayed at the top. I stayed at the top for about 45 minutes. My whole class was there, looking down. The guy was like, "It's all right. Seriously, it can hold, like the wire can hold you." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing it." I eventually came down, and I didn't catch any shit for it for some reason.
That's good.
Like water touch. Yeah. Like they could have like wrecked me for that.
Yeah.
But that was embarrassing because I was up there. I was like, "Shit, I'm the guy."
You signed yourself up for it now.
I'm the one who's a fucking arsehole. Because they was like, only go up there if you can handle it. You don't have to go to the top.
Yeah.
I went right to the top. Ugh.
That
was embarrassing.
Another slightly embarrassing one that's kind of linked to that. When I was at this like boat party in Vietnam. It's like this fucking travelling story again. But I was like, so everyone like jumped off the boat.
told one in a few weeks.
Yeah. So everyone was jumping off the top of the boat, and it got to me, and I was like, and I got there, and like everyone was there and looking up, and I was like. I got there and I was like, oh shit, I can't do it. And then, to make it worse, everyone started making a big thing about it, and I was like, oh, like, and then in the end I had to go, no, I can't do it, and I had to like go back over the thing.
No!
Yeah, it was like literally everyone was like going, no, yeah, going, like fucking do it, and I was
That's like in a fucking water park when you go and get to the slide and you're like, no, and you have to walk back down. That's happened to me as well. Actually, shame, yeah. I've done that. That was embarrassing. I didn't write that one down. I once sharted on the bus.
Ooh.
Yep. I was on the bus home. No, I was on the bus to school actually, and I didn't do my morning shit. Right? Couldn't do it. Sometimes you can't.
Risky.
And was on the bus, farted. I thought I'll get a fart out, you know. And
like crowded, sweaty bus.
Man, I shit myself. Right? And I was like halfway to school, and I don't know if I was like on the way there or on the way home. But I had to get off the bus and walk the other way because like it smelled bad. You know,
it smelled like shit.
There was shit in my pants. I can't I can't dress it up in any way. I'd shit myself.
It's noticeable when you.
And people started noticing a smell, and I had to get off and walk the rest of the way with shit in my pants. And I don't know if you know this, but walking with shit in your pants is probably the most unpleasant feeling in the world.
I do know this.
It's bad.
So. To link on from that.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've got a shit yourself story.
Yeah, so when I was in Myanmar last year, I just got a case of food poisoning, and I was like quite a distance from the hospital. I was like, I'm sure I can make it. I'll be fine. Like I'll hold it in.
Wait, is this when you shit up a tree?
No, that was another time. But that was less embarrassing. That was more just like do what you need to do. Yeah. But this time it was like I was in the middle of the city, and I'd gone quite a far distance from the hostel that I was staying, and all the while I could feel a bit like I could feel something wasn't right. I was like, no, I'll wait until I get back. I'll be fine. I can hold it. And then I farted, and it was like, oh no. It's moist, and then like the whole way back I had to kind of like walk with a bit like a cowboy. Just
yeah, you walk with your legs parted.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, and I know exactly what you mean. It's not the most comfortable feeling.
God damn. My last one also took place on the bus. It's probably the most embarrassed I've been in my fucking life. Right, you was there.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'll give you some backstory. There's like a group of kids on the bus to and from school every day. Yeah. One of the kids, won't say his name. He was kind of getting picked on a little bit by kids in his year, right? Yeah. But it was just friendly banter, right?
Yeah.
We all suffered. We all like got it. Everyone got it. Everyone dealt it.
Yeah.
This kid wouldn't deal it out, right? And basically, it's known that when you go to school, you get shit on a little bit by people, by everyone, but you shit on everyone else, right? So, because apparently I knew this kid, which I didn't. Right, there were some expectations on me to protect him. Right, I'm 2 years above him. Right,
yeah, it's not.
I don't have much pull in the school. Right, and to be honest, I preferred the kids taking the piss out of him. Right, so basically, one day, this kid's older sister, is on the bus. She comes up to me and starts screaming in my face. You were like right next to me when it was happening.
I remember this, yeah.
And I just had to take it, right? Because I was so gobsmacked that this bitch was saying this shit, right? That I was just like, what is going on? And she's screaming at me, like that I didn't help this kid. Well, I don't even like the kid. Do you know what I mean? And she's saying stuff like, "Oh, you grew up together." I've met him.
Yeah.
That's it. Do you know what I mean? And so yeah, and then I got off the bus and I was with you, and I was fuming.
Yeah.
I was so fucking angry. I told my mum when I got home, and she stormed to the bird's house. And then, the kid's older brother as well was there, and he was shouting at some other fucking people, the two kids that were taking the piss out of him. And
who was taking the piss out of him? Was it?
I don't remember their names. I think one was called Oliver. I meant Billy. Remember Billy?
No.
The one with the weird name. He had 2 ice cards. One was Billy, and one was like 3, 4, 5, or something like that.
Mixed race kids.
Yeah. Or 5.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah. He had a name called 4, 5. That was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mum went up to their house, and the parents of the 2 other kids were there as well, and just berating like the family for doing shit like that. So yeah, that was I was embarrassed, and that's probably the most angry I've ever been.
I think also because like you just like in that situation you just don't expect it. Like
I was completely caught off guard,
and
I was in like year 9. Do you know what I mean? And so I was like 15. I didn't know what to do. I've gone back to that situation in my head so many times.
Yeah.
Like even to this day, like a few weeks ago, I thought like, I should have said this.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, jeez. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing of it. Most embarrassed. Even more embarrassed when I shit myself. And later, the most angry I've ever been. Oh, jeez.
Vinegary.
Yeah, I'm still vinegary about it, and it happened like 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's fucking ages ago now.
So yeah, that's my last one.
I've got one more. Yeah, I've got one more. But
do it.
Right. So I went to this festival when I was 17.
Yep.
Years and years ago, and it was at that age where I was just starting to drink, but you know when you first start drinking, you just go ham, like you just don't have any control over it.
Yeah.
And also like when you're drunk, you act dumb because you're like, oh, this is so exciting, I'm drunk and that. And so I was at this festival in these shorts that were way too big for me, and I don't remember any of this, but I got told that I was like stumbling towards the main arena, and I was so pissed that I fell over, but my shorts fell around my ankles, so I was there on my back in my underwear. And then this guy like apparently came up to see if everything was alright, and I was like, oh, I was like being a drunk, so he was like, oh, what's your name? Oh, you're my best festival buddy. And he started walking off like, oh, this kid's a dick, and I was like, no, he's my best festival buddy, come back. And it's like it's quite funny, but like it's one of those things that in hindsight, because it's you and you like.
But I was thinking of drunk stories. Drunk stories don't count. That's a different person. That's drunk Alex.
Still embarrassing though.
I mean, it's you, but it's drunk Alex.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a medal that you can put on the chest of drunk Alex, and he's got several medals. Drunk Alfie has several medals. They're just things you did when you were drunk, and they don't count to real life. That's the way I look at it. Yeah.
But it was just one of those things like, oh, I'm such a dick, like, you know, such a kid, like, yeah. But
yeah, I've got some drunk stories, but
I think that's another subject though, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll do that another time. Some drunk stories and shit, good ones. I think that's it, man. Oh yeah, little story. When I was younger, I hated this kid who lived near us. He used to bully us a lot. His name is Jeremy. That's not his name, but you know. And I remember, I've got a vivid memory. It's fucking great. The room next to mine now used to be a playroom for me and Sid. And we both had our PlayStations in there and like loads of toys and stuff. It's fucking great. But once Sid was around, he taught me a bad word. He taught me the word cunt, right? So I was like, oh, I've got a new word. And Sid was like, never use it, especially in front of mom and dad, because it's the worst word. Yeah. Right? Like, they'll castrate you. He didn't say castrate, but, you know.
They'll chop your willy off.
They'll chop your willy off. No, but he was like, never use it. Seriously, it's the worst word. I was like, alright. So with this new information, what I did was, I wrote a letter. Right? So, got a piece of paper. Right, now I'll tell it from my mum's point of view.
Okay.
Alright, so my mum comes in. I have a sealed envelope. Right?
Yeah.
In my hands.
Yeah.
And my mum's like, what's that? I was like, it's a letter to Jeremy. Right? She's like, what's it say? I was like, don't worry about it.
Not your concern.
I was like 7. I was being that shady. I was like, don't worry about it. You don't have to read it. I was literally going to post it into his door. Right? It said to Jeremy on the back of it, right? So my mum was like, I can't do it, right? So she opened it and it said, and I quote, "To Jeremy, you're a cunt," from Alfie. That was the whole letter.
Fuck you know.
Right? It probably had a picture involved. But yeah, that was the. It was great.
That was
so
good. Yeah. Did your mum send it?
No, she shouted. She shouted at me for knowing that word, and then she shouted at my brother for teaching me that word.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's it. That's all I got to talk about, man. I didn't have a lot to talk about. 40 minutes.
That's alright.
That's decent.
Yeah.
Probably end up like 39 minutes. I'm cutting less out these days. But yeah, that's it, man. I've been Alfie.
I've been Alex.
Follow at the Earhorn
Bye.
on Twitter. I knew he was going to do it. I was ready for it, but it cut me off anyway, so I wasn't ready for it. Follow at the Earhorn on Twitter to be the first to listen. And if you have any questions or feedback or any ideas for what we can talk about,
thank you for giving us a question.
Yes, to Master Mole. And so if you have any questions or things we can talk about or anything, email theearhorn@gmail.com, and we will be sure to talk about it in the next episode.
No doubt.
No doubt we will. It will be a new segment.
Don't test me.
And we'll shout you out and everything.
Tell you you're
Show a picture of you. Send us a picture, we'll show it on the podcast, whatever.
We'll expose you.
I'll find out where you live and I'll post it
Wager.
in a very public forum. Anyway, oh yeah, and I thought I'd start doing this as well. Around July, we're gonna have 3 special episodes of the Earhorn podcast. It's gonna be a Dungeons and Dragons type adventure with me and Alex plus 3 other people. I'm planning it now. It's going to be good. And that's probably going to be... No, not July. Yes, July. Late July, very early August. That's what... for 3 weeks. So yeah, that's coming up eventually. So, I've been Alfie.
I've been Alex.
That's the second time I've said that. Have a good week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I can't not do it for some reason. Earhorn.